another video. We're here working again on the Patrol drift car. Seen a lot of interesting comments coming through, some really good names. We're absolutely loving the idea of the ZU Patrol, because obviously we still want to call it a Patrol, but the idea instead of a GU to ZU, because I believe GU goes to the chassis maybe. I'm not exactly sure on that one myself. So we're in earplugs, but yeah, we're starting to crack into it again today. We're starting to do a lot of filler panels and cleaning up the chassis, getting ready to mount the cab. I'm in two minds. I feel like as much as it would be easier to cage it without the cab on, like being able to lift the cab on and off, on and off, on and off, at the same time, I'm not sure if I'm going to tackle the cage or we're going to get somebody to do it. Ideally, I'd like to get a professional to do it, or someone I know who's professional to do it, because, you know, it's safety at the end of the day, and I think like a properly designed, good cage in this thing's going to make all the difference, and be able to web it to the chassis, to the body, where I'm fairly confident with what we're doing now, we can competently mount the cab today. I think the cab's going to be mounted for good. It'll be doing a lot of filler panels and basically making sure the cab's sealed from the outside. Obviously, we don't want smoke coming in, all that sort of jazz, you know, water, dust, everything coming in from the outside. So we're going to seal it up pretty good inside the cab. And then we've got a lot of cutting, obviously, to do on this rear part to sort of complete the job. Ideally today, if we can get the rear, like the front mounted, and be pretty good with some of the sealing, and then start getting to work and possibly even fitting the rear or getting it close to fitting, I think that'd be a pretty crazy accomplishment today. We started at about 9:30 a.m. so we're going to crack on and see what we can get done today on the GU Patrol drift car, or ZU. I'm kind of liking the sound of that. Let me know what you think in the comments below. And just for the algorithm, guys, throw us a like if you can. If you're on your phone, it's super easy. If you're on your computer, it's a little bit, it's easy as well. If you're on your TV at home, it takes you 2 seconds. Just throw us a like, it really helps. And we'll crack on. All right, so what we're doing now is essentially cleaning up the top of the towers. We're going to clean up, well, this is cleaned up. We're cleaning up the top of these towers now. And yeah, we're going to go ahead and make caps for everything. We're going to use Nissan metal. So we're going to use the old panels and stuff that we've got. We've got them all collected out the front. And we're going to use the genuine Nissan stuff to cap all these off. There's no reason why we need to go back in there. We don't want stuff falling in there, or water and stuff getting in and sort of ruining our day. So the plan is to make a cap for here, make a cap for here, the same on the other side. We've already done the filler panel for the bottom here. We've just done that this morning, which joins up the body to this part of the car. So yeah, it's all happening. It's very positive.
Loving it.
Loving it. This is one of our donor pieces.
You can't cross-contaminate.
No, Nissan on Nissan. It's all good. So we're pumping along, and then we completely lost the welding gloves. Ended up finding them over in the corner somewhere, but it's these things that really do hold up builds way more than you'd expect, is looking for stuff when you know they're there and you can't find them. And it doesn't help that that's kind of what a lot of my benches look like right now. So we're just going to keep cracking on. And yeah, we've got some nice little caps made up. So right there, that he's been welding on. I'm going to continue cutting them down here. I've got 2 more to cut, and we'll get all these capped off. All right, we are completed with the capping, so it's actually turned out super nice, like factory, right?
Factory.
So yeah, we've done it all the way around. That's all cleaned up, that's all cleaned up. Now, as far as I'm concerned, I'm pretty happy to try and slide it on.
Yeah.
And then get it tacked in place, fill some gaps, and be final fitment of the cab itself. Then we can start working on filler panels and stuff and see where we get to again with the whole potentially putting the back on today. But we'll see how we go.
Make it look more factory.
Yes, factory. Alright guys, I'm very happy to announce the cab is on, and it is now staying on. It is being welded in. We are tacking, well, more than tacking. We're doing basically 1 to 2 centimeter long welds every couple inches.
Yep.
So we don't need to go crazy on this. I don't want 15 kilos or more of weld. But basically what we've done down this side, just running welds along, and then we'll come and we'll seal it all up properly afterwards. But it's definitely definitely coming along. It's even now it's solid. Hold that for a sec. Point it over here. Like, it's on. It's not going anywhere. So we're pretty happy with that. So this filler panel sits here, so we're gonna have to fill this panel all the way along, but we've got a really good firewall to come off, so we need to just come off there up onto here the whole way along. We left ourselves a little bit to help hold this for lance, which will sit here. Oh, don't worry about putting it on again. It feels better when it's sitting on there, doesn't it? Yeah, near enough to close enough. Anyway, so that will be on there to give us, you know, we'll need to make some standoffs for here, but there's one in the middle and we'll have a standoff on the other side. So all of that to me is looking pretty solid. We're gonna have to do a big filler panel along here, but that's gonna be super easy because it's just gonna be a straight piece. We're gonna do a little bit of webbing from here to here, which isn't necessary, but we will anyway, just to seal it off a little bit. I'm gonna try and find the bits we cut out of here, and if we can find this bit and use it to fill this, I think that'll be nicer, because that's sort of a door seal. What else?
It's just jigsaw, put it together.
Yeah, it's what it is really now. With regards to filling the front, like stuff like this here is pretty bloody good, you know what I mean? Like this seal comes down to here. There's going to be a little bit of room here between the, what do you call it, door and that, but we're going to try and cut the door so it's like boom right there, so it all seals. Excuse me, it all seals nicely, because the outer thing seals to here, and then obviously the top of the door frame seals to this bit. So we'll work that out as we go, and then we're going to have to work out how to make a nice piece to go all the way along the bottom of the windscreen. Right now I'm thinking to myself, Luke, why did you throw away the Patrol dash? We'll work it out. I don't see why we can't make a nice piece. Maybe it might be something I have to get 3D printed in multiple pieces, or something like that. And same thing with this little area here. Well, I guess we're gonna have a roll cage, so the roll cage is gonna come through somewhere around here to go up. So, but I want it to look complete. That's one of the big things I want with this. So maybe 3D printing a piece that goes along the top of the dash there to meet the dash to the windscreen. And then once the cage is in, maybe I can get someone to 3D print something that'll fit this corner. So the fit and finish will be pretty cool. And then that area there where I've got a bit of pillar and the old one, there's not a ton I can do about that. I'm not gonna run, well I could, no, I'm probably not gonna run plastics on the interior, like up the pillars and a roof trim. I don't need to go that crazy with it all, but it's definitely gonna be nice to have all the dash stuff in here. It's gonna look a little awkward where there's this hole here and a gap between here and the door, but also the doors are gonna be gutted out. So that's gonna be something else to kind of not look at, but you know, there's gonna be a gap regardless, because it's such a cut open door, and then obviously roll cage is going to go out into the door as well for side intrusion. So probably going to do like a NASCAR style bar on this to make it real cool. I'll probably end up taking all the carpet out. We'll see how we go with that, but I think with the cage going in, it's just going to be, I don't know, we'll see how we go with that. It would be kind of cool to keep it in, but at the same time, it's not the end of the world if we end up losing the carpets in, you know, because we want safety there. So we'll see how we go. Still a ton to do, but this is a huge step. The cab is on for good now. When I get a chance, or when I have a few more people around later today, we'll need to drive this thing out and basically get the rear part of the cab in here to be able to start working on the rear part of the cab and getting it on. So I wish I had planned a smidge better with the whole build. Ideally, I would have put the back of the car under my lift at the back here, but you know, it is what it is. So we'll make do. We're not going to be able to lift that over it, so we'll end up just moving it slightly to the side, driving it out the front. It'd be really cool to see this thing out in the open as well, just to show kind of how low it is. We kind of need you to bring your Patrol around tomorrow. So later in this video, we're going to park this Patrol next to a full-size Patrol, one that is your standard Patrol, 4-inch lift, 35s. So a normal, in my opinion, normal GU Patrol, compared to this, which is going to be a minus 10-inch lift, or probably more. It'd be really interesting to measure it all up and see just how much lower. But this is me standing next to the car. I can put my elbow on the roof.
Generally my roof's about here.
Your roof's a couple feet higher than you? Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is super rad. I think it's going to have such a massive presence. Like, I can't even... It's just... I'm super excited to get the back of the car on, but we're going to not take our time, but we want to do it smart and make sure we do it all pretty good. We did a ton of measuring just now to get the cab sitting exactly where we want it, as far as how far forward, how low, all that sort of jazz. And I'm pretty happy with how low it is. Like, that's your sill down there, which really isn't much of a sill at all. I've probably got 2 centimeters of sill panel. So yeah, we'll definitely... There's
going to be some sparky boys if you really load up in the corner. Yeah.
No, that's the plan. So yeah, we'll keep going now, and it's from the front here, you know what I mean? It's looking colorish. But yeah, we'll keep continuing and keep you guys updated. Funny. A lot of work left to do still.
Kind of does look like the Flintstones car, just because of the frame of it.
Yeah.
The lack thereof.
So now it's outside, gives you a much better idea of how much of a body drop to see where the 370Z normal sills are and where we're going to have the Patrol sill essentially right down low. Basically doors almost on the ground. Starting to see the vision?
No.
You don't see the vision?
Well, when I drove past the Forester yesterday, I saw the vision of the end result. But
I love my wife. She's always so supportive. She's also a dickhead. Anyway, well, we'll drive back in now.
Anyone that's done to be cool. I told you this the other day about something else. I'm like, I can't see
vision.
Yeah, I can't see the final, especially when stuff looks like this. I'm just like, what the hell are you doing?
Yeah.
Apart from making or noise disturbing the house and the street for 12 hours a day for the last 4 days.
I didn't do anything yesterday. I hung out with you.
No, you're doing something out the side when Hayden was home. It was annoying.
I think we're just looking at stuff.
These are making noise.
Alright, I'll drive back in now. That means we'll be able to swing the back end in and start working on that, because we've actually run out of welding gas. So that's been the main motivator to pull it out right now.
I still can't see how it's going to go over the rear. Like, the wheels are wider than the car.
Yeah, but the Patrol has flares, you know what I mean? Like, look at the Raptor here. See how the the flares.
Yeah,
the flares will go over the
I get
wheels.
that, but how would you put that back door there? Because that's how that is going to sit.
We're going to shorten the back door. There'll be no back door. Well, there'll be roughly 30 centimeters of back door.
So it's going to be one of those, what are those cabs called?
Like it's going to be a short wheelbase.
It's the suicide rear door. You know, those kind of, they're not really rears, but like...
A super cab.
You can put a kid in them.
Yeah.
It's not advised.
Yeah.
Are you going to make it like the suicide door
No,
spec?
I'm welding that up.
Oh.
Yeah.
I mean, it would look pretty cool. You could put some tyres in there, some tools and stuff.
It's not even going to be that wide. All right, we'll keep moving.
Yeah, heaps of room for activities.
The height. So this is my original 370Z seat, and between me and the roof, it's not crazy. Like it's pretty low.
Like 25 centimeters.
Yeah, you got to think when you got a helmet on as well.
It's still a substantial amount of room compared to what.
Oh, compared to the 370, absolutely.
Compared to anything.
But like, as far as me sitting in here, like I was worried the pillar was going to be too far forward. It was going to be really like in my vision, but it's not. It's fine. So
hopefully it's the same with the doors and stuff on.
Yeah, we need to do a bunch of filling panels in there, which I already explained to the camera, but
you look really like small and low in the car. This is what I look like in a car normally. Like that's the only comparison I can do.
No, but when I sat in the 370Z, I felt humongous because the roof was here.
No, you still looked normal size compared to it.
Oh, did I?
Yeah. This is what I feel like when I get in a car and have to move the seat all the way forward and I still can just reach the pedals and the steering wheel and stuff. That's what I feel like this is.
Alright, so we are cutting up the back of the car now. The whole inner rear cut out of both sides. So we are now floppy little outer panels. I've cut up in because I know I'm going to have to go up. Same deal on this side. The only thing that's going to be difficult, obviously the roof situation, we've got to cut it down, trim it down, how much we need. But more than anything, it's mounting this is going to be the difficult part. This is where we're going to have to make mounts to this body in various places. I'm hoping this lines up with something. That would be nice. I don't think it will, but it'd be nice.
That'll be halfway up the back door, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm actually thinking for this first initial design of the car, I may just have those sticking out the back doors.
Yeah.
Because these back doors aren't the prettiest as it is, and I don't particularly want to mess with the exhaust. I think if I build it this time around and just have the exhaust punching out the back doors, that's gonna look super rad. Now I need to attempt to lower this over it, see where we're at, do some trimming, some cutting. I'm scared. Right, day 2 for this vlog. We are back onto it. We just tipped the back up, and I'm not gonna lie, the idea of having a hinged rear was floated for about 2 minutes. Realize it's way too much work, but it's almost like it would be easier making it a flip than it would be trying to marry the roofs up perfectly. But we've got plans for this. We're about to start on the probably scariest cut of the whole job, which is cutting through the roof. So much so that we're going to be able to perfectly line up with this. So we'll probably leave ourselves a smidge, a couple mil to play with, and then we can grind and add in little bits and pieces. And I dare say, with how we've done it, we'll probably be joining the roof first before anything else, and then joining everything else. When I say join it, I mean we'll get it stuck before, and then because the whole welding of the roof is going to be a slow process, because obviously we don't want to heat it up too much. We don't want it to warp or anything like that. Brad's pretty confident leading into that, reasonably.
Yeah. Mate, all you can do is give it a go.
We have found there's a bit of bog in this roof anyway. So
nothing's wrong with a bit of skin.
No, so it's had a little bit of bog here and there in the roof. I think they've, or is it on the back here? The whole roof goes in a touch at the back, which is not normal. So it's well, I don't know if it is normal or not. See at the back of the,
yeah, nah,
it just yeah,
they've had it's been a bit of bump steer here and there.
Yeah, so yeah, she's had a few little nicks, and she's not a perfect shell, but it's still pretty clean actually. And there's a bit of goings on down here that we'll have to clean up at some stage. But that'll be when it comes to like painting the car up and everything. That's when we'll worry about all that intricate bodywork. But for now, we're trying to get this thing stuck together. And I may or may not, which I haven't told you about yet. I think I've entered this in an event on the weekend. Not to drift, just to put on display. It'll be its first public outing.
How good's the camera? Did you see the blood flow from my face?
So yeah, I think we're heading out to, it's called Select. It's down in Beenleigh, car meet event show thing. So we're gonna head out to that with this and have it on display. So if you're around, come and check it out. It's gonna be interesting to see where we get to from now until this Saturday. It's now Wednesday, another couple days. Yeah, we'll see how we go.
Actually, it looks like we better get Hayden to wash mine so it'll look nice when we tow it down with it.
Yeah, so if one of the cool things about this whole build is Brad actually has the same color GU Patrol, except his is on 35s with a big lift and stuff. So that's his one just over there. Hopefully later today we'll get this out as a somewhat complete car out of the driveway and be able to park it next to that, just so you can see the actual crazy difference in height. I think it's going to be pretty crazy difference, so I'm excited for that. Now we're going to keep cutting and grinding and everything. Gave the neighbours a little rest. I think it's nearly 11 AM.
Yeah, we're close.
So we're gave the neighbours a rest this morning. You know it is. All right, probably the most important cut of the job. Left it to the old school. He's got one good eye and he kept it on it the whole time. So, yeah. That's
sort of straight. Ish, yeah.
Good enough.
Isn't it 3 mil in bodyworks tolerance?
If you can walk through it, you can weld through it.
do you want to clean up this edge before you go in for potential after weld and all that?
Yes, that would be
also, we got Flano here helping us over there somewhere, giving us a bit of a chop out today. This project's definitely starting to get people excited, which I absolutely love. Like, yeah, so we do have a guy that's going to be coming on board with this whole project that's going to be tuning the VQ. He's saying we should get 50 horsepower more out of this stock VQ37 with the tunes that he does. So I'm pretty freaking excited for that to have a tune computer. This thing's only ever been dead stock the way it's been through all the years of thrashing. It's only ever been stock. Yeah, I might throw in a few clips of some of the history of this 370Z. Keep pushing. All right, we're positively cooking with gas now, guys. We have the roof going on and being attached. Oh, we're a little bit overlap here.
Yeah, I'm going to run a blade through there.
Yeah, sweet as. But you're cruising along. You can step over it, you can weld over it.
Jump. Yeah.
Jump. Jump. We've got some bar work going on in the back here. Basically, we're going to have the bar going across and then bars coming off to hold the whole rear structure of the car. So yeah, you don't want to get in the way when I transition with this thing. I'll wipe the whole front off your car. So no, it's going to be pretty good. Hopefully no one goes running into the back of this, because there's a lot of fab work and whatnot, but it's all working out really good. We're definitely going to be able to drive it out the front today and have a look at it outside, but I don't think we're going to get the back doors done today. But we're giving it a good crack. And yeah, to be honest, I've spent most of the day running around getting shit. The boys have been absolutely killing it, so yeah. But I think we got most of the consumables we're going to need for the project, other than the roll cage stuff. So I'm pretty happy with where we're at. I'm really happy with where we're at. It looks... Wait until you see this thing, guys. It looks fucking insane. You continue, sir. You're all good.
You're not going to go past there, man. You're still fat arm.
You can fat arm it so good.
It's so low.
It's not going to roll there. Let's grab a little piece of wood and put it off the front. Alright guys, me and the boys absolutely busted ass this afternoon to get it just out the front while we had the other GU here. Normally you've been riding your bike over.
Yeah.
So he brought his GU just so we can have that comparison, and man, is that not ridiculous. I almost feel like the front doesn't show it because it doesn't have the front bumper on, but then when you're like, yeah.
It's the roof is literally at the top of the door.
Yeah, it's probably lower, isn't it?
Probably a touch, yeah.
Yeah, so we're all joint across here now. Obviously we need to clean it up, but we're pretty friggin' stoked with how that's turned out. In the back here, we've just for now, a bar across the back, 2 bars going down, joining to the chassis. We're gonna brace that as well. So we want the back of this car to be really strong, because we don't want it getting, you know, if it hits, we'd rather it destroys whatever it hits rather than this being destroyed. So that is what it is basically there. One of the more interesting parts, because I've kept all of the stereo, I also have my reverse camera, my standard 370Z reverse camera. So I'm going to be able to move that to a spot where I can use it, I don't know where, on the back of this car. So I'll have a reverse camera still. But yeah, look at this thing from the back. Just the height difference is insane. Like,
You wrecked the driveway.
I wrecked the driveway?
Yes.
What'd I do to it?
You scraped it and put a hole in it.
I scraped it and put a hole in it? Let's see what I did to the driveway. What did I do? What did I do? Oh, yeah, that was that.
That was that.
Was that just now?
Yeah. That was the sill on the ground.
Huh. No, that's the middle of the car. So I think the back of the car is obviously heavier than what it was before. The front, I think, is about the same. So that's pretty interesting. We have left a lot of meat in the back still. So the big crossbar that goes across, and then the back doors are really heavy. So that'll be something in the future we're going to have to work out, like whether we do a fiberglass rear door, carbon fiber. I know they do a bunch of that stuff in the UAE and Bahrain and places like that where they race the GUs. So we may look into doing, you know, some fiberglass rear doors, which I think is probably a good move. Next on the agenda, pardon?
Glass too, like that glass would be so heavy.
No, I don't reckon. I wouldn't be, I don't think this would be too heavy. But there's not, it's more the fact that we left a whole heap of structure in the back here because we wanted to put the car together first. Like, a lot more of this can probably end up coming out at a later date, but for now this is what we wanted to do to keep a lot of strength in everything. So yeah, next up tomorrow will be making the rear door section, joining the sills down the bottom here, and then trying to make a flare go back sort of over this area here. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. I have no clue, but we will work that out in the near future. What else? We've still got a bit to do.
Yeah, I'm just happy it's come together.
Oh, absolutely. I think we'll be able to, not so fast, I don't think, on the back of the bonnet. We'll have to do something at the front here just to hold the weight.
Yeah.
Maybe a few little, because these, we're going to go for a Series 4 front.
Yeah.
That's the ultimate goal, is going the Series 4 front on this. So the Series 3 front right now is just for this show we're going to go to this Saturday. Just, I want to have it together, even if it's just the Series 3 stuff. And then, yeah, come, you know, the Monday after, we'll get it, the front back off it, and then go for the Series 4 stuff and work out exactly what we're going to do with the whole Series 4 stuff, whether we stick with Series 4 flares in the stock position but then cut the flares around where the tires need to go, or whether we get genuine Series 4 quarter panels and then move the flare up. I'm really undecided at this point. I do have these guards over here which my buddy kindly gave to us. So the thing is, with these, obviously these are sick fiberglass, but I don't know if I'm going to cut up into here and make a nice radius up nice and high here. I don't know if that'll lose the appeal of the whole thing, and then maybe do the same in the rear. We really got to do some proper good thinking, but I am super stoked. Let me know all of your comments down below in the comment section what you think of it, any ideas. And I'm still torn on a name. I'm leaning towards the ZU Patrol. I kind of like, but I'm just like, I'm loving life right now with this whole build. It's just been so much fun. The boys have been helping out so much. It's been amazing. If you have a Series 3 bumper in Brisbane or the Gold Coast, please let me know. If you want to give it away, even better, because I may need to cut it to make it fit this properly just for this weekend. It's kind of sacrificial, but obviously a front bumper on this thing is really going to complete the look for this weekend. Oh man, I'm pumped. Thanks heaps for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next one.